Yes, people, welcome back to the Shoestring Budget Podcast. Manchester United 4, Aston Villa 2. Brilliant second half performance from both teams, to be fair. Really interesting and quite a nerve-wracking moment, certainly when Aston Villa went ahead both times. They went obviously 1-0 up and then 2-1 up. And what a crazy game. I'm so glad we managed to respond in the way that we did. And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Already Pete's put Goat Nacho indeed. He transformed the game, I think it's fair to say. And yeah, I'm just keeping one eye as well on the next round of the draw. I can't see anything yet. If there is anything that I've missed, or if there is the draw that you're getting, please post in the comments who's playing against who. But I've got Sky Sports on, and at the moment I can't see anything. It's just a lot of talk about the England decisions that Gareth Southgate's made, the England selection. But forget about England. That's in a few weeks' time. For now, Manchester United. What a performance from the boys in red. Asif here has put Rashford man of the match. Sensational comeback. Asif, I'm sure you changed it to Garnacho at one point, certainly after that cross for Scott McTominay. And Katie actually made a good point that we didn't celebrate Scott McTominay. We didn't congratulate him on getting that goal. We sort of spoke about that ball from Garnacho, Goat Nacho. But fair play to Scott McTominay, it's fair to say. Really good run. And he didn't really have much to do because the ball was that good. But he had to be there, and he was there. So fair play to him. Let's get into these team. Hang on, let me just see. No, let me get into this player ratings. I'm not going to be on for long tonight. I'm going to hopefully stay on in time to do the next round of the draw. But straight after this stream, I'm going over to Rich Sports. I'm part of the panel there. They've already started, I think, so I'm going to be a bit of a late joiner there. But make sure you head over to Rich Sports YouTube channel and ask any questions or have a little debate on there. It's a really big community there. A lot of people in the comments. Really, really good. So Martin Dubravka. Baptism of fire, Old Trafford, very difficult ground. Certainly with 70,000, he's not obviously used to that. But everyone fully behind him. Thought he played really well. At one point had more completed passes than Donny van de Beek, which I thought was fantastically funny and says a lot more about Donny van de Beek than Dubravka. We will get to him. But solid first game. Didn't think he had too much to do. And I'm going to give him a 6, to be honest. I don't think he did anything wrong. Wasn't at fault for any of the goals. But I do what I do like about Dubravka is the way he plays out. I think that's really good. I think he's so calm under pressure. And again, it's a very difficult thing to play in front of 60, 70,000 people on your debut. So it's a big thing. But I thought he did well. I thought he handled the pressure like an absolute pro. We've seen players come there with more of an ego than Dubravka and falter, but not him. Very calm and collected. Katie's put Dubravka 7 for me, played well, defo happy he finally got a chance tonight. And Peter put Dubravka 6, didn't do much wrong, decent with his feet. Yeah, I'm going with a 6 with him. Joseph, big up Joseph, lovely to see you, my man. Joseph's put Dubravka was decent, had a couple of shaky moments, but, and this is going to sound silly, I think the ground was wet today. Is this Joseph or Jurgen Klopp? I can't quite tell. I'm only joking, Joseph. But yeah, it didn't look like the best surface. There was a couple of slips and slides, certainly further up the pitch. And like everyone was slipping on both teams, yeah, you're right. It was a very slippy. But I thought he did well. I thought he handled the pressure well. There was a couple of sloppy back passes to him that he did well with. But yeah, big up Joseph. Thank you for jumping in the comments there. I'm looking forward to reading your match review as ever. Just keeping one eye as well on the draw. Nothing yet has come through on my Sky. If anything comes through on your in the comments below. But whilst you're here, Joseph, just going to do a quick plug for you. Me and Joseph have been in conversations. Joseph's actually going to come on the show at some point to discuss all things Manchester United, discuss his absolutely fantastic website. You guys must check out. It's balltactics.com. Fantastic website. And super happy to have you in the comments and have you on board on this channel as always, Joseph. Moving forward, Diogo Dalot. Mr. Own Goal today. Very unfortunate, really, to get that own goal. Sort of instinctively kicked his foot out, as most defenders would. Oh, I think I might be glitching. Not sure. Anyway, I'm going to go with a 6 for Delo today. I thought he was okay. Didn't think he did too much bad. And the own goal was unfortunate. That wasn't really his fault. Let's be completely honest there. I'm just seeing if anything's come up. Still nothing about the draw, I don't think, yet. Really intrigued to see who we're going to get. Phil said in the last during the live that we'll more than likely end up getting someone like Manchester City. No, all that's on Sky at the moment is England team call up. Delo gets a 7 for me. Feel bad about the own goal because he played good otherwise. I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone collectively thinks, because I know that Dalot is always a player that can. He's another divisive player. But I don't know. I don't think he was fantastic today. There was a point in the first half where I actually did say he was our best player, but I think that says a lot more about the players around him. I don't think he was bad. Just don't know. Don't think there was much about him. Maybe I didn't watch enough of him. I don't know. But Katie's going with a 7 and Pete's going with an 8. Delo was superb again tonight, to be honest. I think I must have missed I don't think he was bad. But I think for me, an 8 is very generous, but like I say, I'm always happy to be proven wrong. But I do feel bad for the own goal. I will say that. Victor Lindelof didn't really do much. Just trying to think. I don't think he was at fault for the first goal. Trying to think what happened with the second goal. No, not really. I don't think he was at fault for any of the goals. But I don't think he sort of crowned himself in any glory. Again, a 6 or a 7 maybe. But I don't think he looks as good when he's not next to Lisandro Martinez. He doesn't look as confident, but I think he looked. I thought he did well. I thought he was okay, but didn't do a lot. Katie's put Lindelof didn't do a lot. 6 for me, just okay. I agree with that. Anything more about this draw? Still nothing. I think they are starting to talk a bit more about the Carabao Cup now, so hopefully we'll see some movement there soon. Excited to see who we're getting drawn against. Lindelof 6 wasn't bad, but slow on the second goal. Yeah, he was a bit slow. Harry Maguire. Now, I think Harry Maguire was actually at fault for the first goal. I need to watch it back. I don't think Harry Maguire... I thought first half was pretty solid. Second half... From what I saw, from the only way I can describe it, sort of how I remember it, he really tucked in towards Lindelof, which obviously opened up the space out wide for Ollie Watkins for the first goal. And I've just seen the highlighter there, and I still would stick with that. I do think he was at fault. I think it would be harsh to give him a 5, but I'm going to give him a generous 6 maybe today. Again, didn't set the world on fire. Had a really good chance with a header. I think it was maybe in the second half from a corner. Pete's put here, the Fridge 5 doesn't deserve to be going to the World Cup. Shocking player. Shocking indictment there from Pete's United POV. I don't think he deserves to be going to the World Cup. I think it was a choice between him and Eric Dyer. One of them should have been dropping out for Tomori. He's a player that I really feel sorry for. I think he's been absolutely... what's the word? I think he's been shafted, to be honest, Tomori. Harry Maguire hasn't played much Premier League football. He's been dropped as captain. It's a big statement, that, dropping your captain. But he is solid for England. So I can understand Gareth's thinking, but at the same time, it's a difficult one. It's a really difficult one. But for me today, gets a 6. Tyrell Malacia. Thought in the first half he was probably our most dangerous player. Picked out a couple of good passes, and the problem with Malacia today was his final ball. And that's what I think your criticism could be about him majority of the time, to be honest. Pete's put Tamore all day over Slabhead. I agree. Asif, 0 goals in the first half. Second half brought 6 goals. My gosh, what a game. Fantastic second half. Not seen a second half like that. Certainly not in a Manchester United game. It was brilliant. But Malacia gets a 6 or a 7 for me, a 6.5. I enjoy his enthusiasm. I enjoy the way he really tries to attack. And I do think his defence is solid as well. I can't really fault him on his defence. Katie's put Malacia was a bit mixed for me today. Seemed so good at times, but sloppy at other times. 6. And Asif put our bald head over every head. I like that. Yes, indeed. So 6.5 for Malacia. Casper the Friendly Ghost, Donny van der Beek. Where do we begin with this guy? Donny. Katie's put, who's that? It's Donny. Now, Donny, again, disappointing. Second half, again, better than the first. I think you can say that about a lot of our players. But Donny today, again, one thing I'll keep saying about Donny is these are games he needs to show that he's good enough. He needs to push and be everywhere. A little bit like how Fred is. Now, Fred was poor. And Fred, 90% of the time, is poor. But he just doesn't have the effort or the energy that Fred does. Donny's just almost non-existent in these kind of games. And it's so frustrating. Like, so frustrating. But for me today, yeah, he's going to have to get a 4 or a 5. I just don't know where we go with Donny. I think he's had his chances. I think if you saw more of a fight from Donny, a will to run around, be everywhere, be somewhere, know he's on the pitch, because the amount of times, I know people were obviously saying it in jest, but there was a point, I think 20 minutes in, where someone said, has Donny even had a touch? And you forget he's in this team. You really do. He is Casper the Friendly Ghost. He's non-existent. And I think a 4 or a 5 is actually quite generous. I would probably lean closer to a 3 or a 4. Maybe even a 3.5. He was just, I don't know what he did. And I don't know where we go with Donny, and it upsets me because I love him. I do really love Donny, but I don't think he's right at Manchester United, and I don't think he's right in the Premier League. He might need to go to a Spain, maybe France. I think he'd struggle in Germany, in the Bundesliga. To be honest, as harsh as it sounds, I don't think the Championship's fair, but he's not a Premier League player. Certainly not what we've seen at Everton, and certainly not what we've seen at Man United. But it's so sad. Pete's put Donny 2. I don't remember him at all in this game. Katie put Donny gets a 4 from me. He's just completely swallowed up by the powerhouses around him. The team is becoming such a good unit, and he doesn't seem to fit it. It breaks my heart to say it, because I was really excited when we signed Donny, but it just hasn't worked, and I don't get why it hasn't worked, because we've brought in a manager that, you know, was at Ajax at the same time as Donny, went through the most successful period with Erik ten Hag and Donny there, but it just doesn't work. It's not working. But 3.5 for me when it comes to Donny. Pete's put Syria would fit him perfectly. I forgot about Syria actually. Yeah, he could work there if he could push his way into a mid-table team there, or maybe even someone like an Atalanta or somewhere like that who are actually pushing. But I can't see him staying there for long. Maybe I don't think he'd get into a Napoli or a Juventus. Maybe Juventus at the moment. Who knows? But yeah, not happening for Donny. I do think he has resale value though. I do think we could still recoup a little bit of what we spent on him. Now I think he's gone up to about 40 million now in total fees. But if we could maybe get 25 for him, I think that's doable. Scott McTominay, thought he was pretty solid today. Don't think he did much wrong at all. Thought he was probably in the first half and most of that second half, one of our better midfielders. Certainly until the substitutes came on. Much better than Fred, much more confident, and offered a lot more going forward. It was just his end ball again that would let him down, but solid overall. I'm going to give him a 7. And maybe even an 8 with the goal. I thought the goal was really good, mainly because of the ball from Garnacho. But I thought he did really well, and looks really, really solid. Just trying to see if there's anything. I think my Sky Sports might be stuck on a loop because all I'm seeing is Gareth Southgate. Guys, let me know in the comments if the draw has already started to be made. Keep an eye on that for me because I obviously want to know who we are playing in the next round of the Cup. After beating Aston Villa by 4-2, we move. But yeah, 8 for me for McTominay. Pete's put here, Asif, has put 8 for Scott. Katie's put McTominay, Golio, haha, he did good tonight, 7.5 for me. You just got me to read that out as well. And Scott McTominay 7, especially after the goal, says Pete's United point of view. Fred. Shall we just skip past Fred? Poor, sloppy, erratic. Pretty much the same buzzwords that I used to describe Fred in every game. For me, he's got to get a 4 or a 5. A 4, I think, maybe. He did nothing today. Gave the ball away so many times. There was a chance where he fed Marcus Rashford through, who was then offside by the time the ball got to him. Or by the time the pass was played, he was offside. And yeah, he always had Fred's always got the ability to do something, to create something. But he's also got the ability to score an own goal. Or pass back to the goalkeeper when he's surrounded by 3 players. He's just all over the place. I can't. He worries me watching Fred. It really does. Like, my heart is not built for Fred. But I'm going to give him a 4 today. Very poor from him. And the fact he's on the brink of getting a 3-year contract, I mean, that worries me loads, man. Like, what are we thinking, giving him a contract extension? Katie's put Fred, oh man, what even is he? The most unpredictable player. He was shocking. Therefore a 4 for me. And that's from the CEO, the head of the Fred fan club. Give him a 4. Wow, maybe I should lower it to a 1 or a 2. Asif's put Fred 6 because of Katie. Hashtag justice for Fred. Bless you, Asif. But no, even Katie's not impressed with him today. Really poor. Pete's United point of view has put Fred. McTrampoline Toes gets a 3. Was awful, and I'm the president of his fan club normally. Actually, yeah, you are, Pete. I will give you that. Kate is the assistant manager, and you are usually the one that has been leading the Fred charge right from the beginning. But yeah, poor. Bruno Fernandes, 7 or an 8 for me today. I thought he was really lively. Great to have him back. Loved him winding up the opposition. And as Phil put it in the comments as well, in the watch along, it's so nice to see Bruno operating outside of Ronaldo's shadow. I thought his passing was decent. I thought he was still trying crazy passes, and that's just him. We've got to get used to that. We should have been used to that by now. He will try anything and everything, even if it is outlandish. But yeah, 7 or an 8, even maybe an 8 or a 9 today. I thought he was really good. I'm gonna go with an 8, just to be cool. Katie's put Bruno was an 8 for me. Such a great fight he showed tonight. I love his passion, and definitely better without Ronaldo. It's his energy and his work rate that I love with Bruno, and that's what Donny needs to embody. He needs to take what Donny does, and even to an extent what Fred does, because they're everywhere. They're players that are everywhere. Bruno, most of the time in a good way. Fred, most of the time in a bad way. Donny just doesn't seem to do anything. He just seems to walk around and then do these little points. That's all he does. He doesn't offer much. But Bruno, for me, his work rate and his leadership is so important, so vital to this team. And the press was so apparent today. Something that we massively missed on the weekend's game. Pete's United point of view is put Fernandes gets an 8. Quiet first half, but influenced the game once he came into the 10 position. I agree. Marcus Rashford, brilliant finish. Rode Tyrone Mings like a wave. I mean, Tyrone Mings was doing his best audition for the new Phil Jones movie. Sort of, don't know what he was thinking. Phil Jones, at least, it came off. But Tyrone Mings was just poor when he came on today. I think he was at fault for 2 goals, easily for 2 goals. But Marcus Rashford, brilliant, really energetic and vibrant, a complete opposite to what we got on Sunday. And yeah, I'm going to give him an 8 or a 9 today, 8.5 for me, for Marcus Rashford. Asif has put Bruno is the spine of our team, 8 without a doubt. Bruno's so vital to this team, and so is Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford is incredibly important to this team, and he has fitted into the Erik ten Hag mould fantastically. He's back to scoring lots of goals. It's exactly what we need from him, and we move. But Marcus Rashford, well done today. I thought he was brilliant, and he was in with a shout at one point for my man of the match at about the 80th minute mark, just before he got subbed. Katie's put, they're due to do the draw in the next few minutes, so keep an eye on it. I will do, Katie. Thank you very much. Let me just head over there. I'm hoping I get a decent one. Bear with me. Seeing if the draw's coming up. Certainly a lot of talk. No, they're on about cricket now. Great. That's one for you, Asif. I know you like your cricket. United's point of view has put Rashi gets a 7.5. Great finish, but was quiet while on the left. Much better when he came into the middle. There's a big thing about Marcus Rashford not being able to play through the middle, and I do think it's a bit of a myth. I thought he's been fantastic when we've seen him that more directness. I think the way we play suits him being down the middle. Asif's put 8 for Rashford. So yeah, we're going with 7s and 8s. I'm going with 8s and 9s for Rashford, to be honest. I thought he was one of the better players. Tony Marshall was very quiet today. Didn't really get a sniff. Didn't really have much on today. I'm going to give Tony Marshall... I think it'd be really unfair to give him anything lower than a 6.5. But... again, I don't think it's his fault. I think the passes came that second too late. Aston Villa, their back line was so good today in terms of the positional play. In terms of individual jobs, I don't think they were very good. But if you look at that back line, they held it really, really well. Caught us offsides so many times. I think it was Craig in the comments put it was sort of a offside FC performance from us in that first half. But I'm going to go with a 6.5 for Tony Marshall, maybe even a 7. Think anything less is a bit harsh. I don't think it was his fault. Assis put, happy to see Tony back with a bang. I don't think it was really a bang. I think it was maybe a little clap. But again, it's harsh to slag him off. I thought he did his job well. I think those around him kind of let him down today. Just keeping an eye on this. Anything else? Any draws coming through? Still nothing. Katie's put Martial, I love him, 7 for me, so happy to see him back and happy he scored. And Pete's United point of view, Martial 7, looked a bit off the pace, but he scored, so can't argue with that. Needs more game time to get the fitness up. Yeah, he was there when we needed him. I don't think it was a difficult, obviously it was pretty much a tap-in, but I don't think he had the service today. I thought even that pass from Bruno to set him up was a bit dodgy. But we move and it's good to have him back. And I'm worried about, because it looked like he limped off at the end of the game, and I'm hoping there's nothing more serious there. I really, really hope it was just how I took it. Christian Eriksen, now on to the substitutes. Christian Eriksen thought it was a really good move. I think he maybe came on for Donny. I can't remember who came on for who. Sort of all happened at once. But really, really good. Created a lot of chances. I'm going to give him a 7. Had a really good chance with a header as well. Went over. But just his ability to pick out the right pass, just to create, is just so underrated when he gets the time and space. And I think whoever he's linked with in that midfield, is so important. If he's up with Donny or Fred, it can affect Eriksen's game. But I do think he played well. Katie's put Eriksen 7 for me. Great as always. He's fantastic. Asif going back quickly has put Rashford is back in the England squad. This is a hard-earned place back into the England squad. There's been some negativity about him going quickly back onto Marcus Rashford. There's been some news about he shouldn't have gone to the World Cup and things like that. It's an absolute joke. He should be there. He has deserved it more than most. He is a lethal striker. Not that Gareth Southgate will utilise him in the way that Manchester United do, which is a shame because I think we played to his strengths. But he, on his day, is such a difficult player to play against. And I think he offers a lot. So I think this is going to be an interesting World Cup for him. But Christian Eriksen, Pete's point of view is put, Eric 7 was calm and composed on the ball, exactly what we needed. And Eriksen was a 7.5 for Asif. Now, Alejandro Garnacho, for me, 10. He did everything right today. Came on as in this, 50th, 60th minute, something like that. Changed the game. Got 2 assists. And that last assist was unreal. That cross. Whoa. I mean, my 5-year-old boy could have put that in. It was just on the money. You know, it was such a good ball. I'm giving him a 10. And I never give anyone 10. He's the first player I think I've ever given a 10 to. Just thought he was that good. And obviously it helps because he only played for like 25 minutes. But still, really transformed it. And Goat Nacho is alive and well. Now, going forward, I'm going to put this forward as an idea. Maybe we need to start seeing Alejandro Garnacho, Martial and Rashford as our front three. Maybe with Rashford and Martial maybe interchanging on the wings. Maybe if Garnacho can play on the right, I'm not sure if he can. Don't think he can, but hey ho. Every game I've seen him in, even pre-season, he is so direct. He's just someone that loves running at defenders, and that's all he does. Even if he fails once, he goes and goes and goes and goes. And what a talent we have on our hands. You know, so exciting to see. But yeah, really good, really exciting player. Katie Lou's put Goat Nacho, amazing and man of the match for me. I say 9.5 just because he didn't play long, but he was insane. Asif has agreed with me and put a 10, absolutely. And Pete agreed with Katie, put Goat Nacho, 9.5, man of the match, was direct and superb on the ball. At least we all agree he was today's man of the match. Anthony Elanga, 6, didn't even notice he played, very, very quiet. Again, he needs to take a leaf out of Garnacho's book, because I think actually Elanga has the ability. I think Elanga is good enough, but he just doesn't show it. He almost seems a bit shy. I don't know. Not right yet. He needs a loan. Serious loan, but 6 for Elanga. Casemiro, 6. Didn't have much to do. Came on really close to the end. I've missed out Martinez, but Martinez again, 6. Really wound up Bailey, which I like to see. He actually gets a 7 for winding up Bailey in the way that he did. But those last 2 didn't play long enough really for me to give him a score. Let me know what you guys think. I'm just going to very quickly go and see if the draw is being taken place. Still nothing with this draw. This is crazy. I was told it was going to happen straight after, but hey ho. Now listen guys, tonight is going to be a really super quick one. I am going to wrap things up very quickly. If you do want to continue the Manchester United discussion, head over to Rich Sports. I'm going over there in the next 5 minutes. I'm part of the panel on there tonight, so you can get all your questions in and we will debate and discuss them accordingly. It's going to be a late one, but it's going to be a fun one. Thank you to every single person that's watched. Thank you to all you guys, to Asif, to Pete, to Katie in the comments, and to Craig. And just Manchester United are back in form, which is what I like to see. Pete's put Martinez is my new god, 7. On that note, I love it. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.